Red lights on. They're off. And one of the best starts was Sky Royal. Master Pom jumped nicely. In third position, Agent Court Express from Lalindiana, and then Chrysler Mirage. Kugelhoff caught out pretty wide, followed closely by Monobank, and then Zerelda. A length to his Vegas, a couple Rock and Ramapo, Mandinka, Star of Windsor, Rib Crush as they race along towards the judge. And settling about third last is this stage Native Zephyr, taking a little bit more of a forward position as they turn out of the straight where Master Pom goes to the lead. The favourite is running second, a horse off the fence, and that's Agent Court Express. Sky Royal in the third posse, followed by Chrysler Mirage, a length to Kugelhoff, and 3 Lalindiana. Another 3 lengths to Native Zephyr, followed by Zerelda as Vegas, then Mandinka, followed on the inside by Star of Windsor. A length further back is Monobank, Rock and Ramapo the outside, and Rib Crush is the tail ender. They're starting to really string out. 1400 to go, and Master Pom opens up about 5 or 6 lengths on Agent Court Express for Chrysler Mirage, and racing fourth is Sky Royal, about 2.5 Kugelhoff, and then Native Zephyr, followed by Lalindiana. Another 4 or 5 lengths then to Zerelda, 2.5 to his Vegas, followed closely by Star of Windsor, Mandinka, and then Monobank from Rib Crush, and Rock and Ramapo is last, a minute back from the leader, and that is Master Pom. 9:50 to go onto the side, and Master Pom is coming back to the favourite Agent Court Express and leading him about 4. 2 Chrysler Mirage and a couple Kugelhoff, Sky Royal, Lalindiana, and then comes Native Zephyr on the inside. 3 or 4 lengths Zerelda, length and a half as Vegas, similar margin Mandinka, Star of Windsor, Rib Crush, Monobank, and Rock and Ramapo is last as they reach the 600 pole. Agent Court Express is picking up this leader very quickly, Master Pom, and soon after the favourite goes to the lead, Agent Court Express. On the outside, Chrysler Mirage, the inside, Master Pom, 2 Sky Royal, Kugelhoff, and then Lalindiana, followed by Native Zephyr as Vegas, and Zerelda and Mandinka head the remainder homeward bound, and the rider pulls the whip on Agent Court Express as Chrysler Mirage is threatening ominously, and past the 200 marker, it's Agent Court Express on the inside, and Chrysler Mirage put his head in front of Agent Court Express, and they're clear of Lalindiana, but Chrysler Mirage is drawing clear, and Chrysler Mirage beat Agent Court Express and Lalindiana. Master Pom followed by Kugelhoff, Star of Windsor as Vegas, Zerelda, Mandinka, Rib Crush, Sky Royal, followed home by Monobank, and then Rock and Ramapo never ever in the hunt, and Native Zephyr dropped out and finished at the tail of the field. The winner is number 3, Chrysler Mirage, ridden by Darren Beedman. $5.50 and $2.30. He's a very dour stayer, this fella. Chrysler Mirage by a Irish horse, Chrysler, from the New Zealand mare Imposing Bell, raced by Graham Rogerson. G. Young, Mrs. C. Taylor, and Mrs. M. Griffin, trained by Graham Rogerson and ridden by Darren Beedman. Second will go to number 1, Agent Court Express. Dan Beasley will pay $1.70. And number 7 in third spot, and that's Lalindiana, Larry Cassidy, and the total dividend will be $2.10. Time for the race, 2:26.81. That's a new class record. Tom Bowler held the previous at 2:27.49. So Chrysler Mirage, a model of consistency, narrowly beaten last Saturday at Rosehill by Replay, beaten an eyelash, but this afternoon was a convincing winner. Waiting on the numbers.
Shot who retained the rails. It's a great advantage to him, and he held on very strongly. 13.51. Race 4 was won by Prince Iluka. Just about ready to go. Prince Key having joined them on the outside. Set to run. Classic Benbara just edging around a little. Aussie's Lad stands well. All clear. Racing now, Classic Benbara, Thunder Down Under, got away well. Covert Cove jumped fast and he's going to be on the pace early. Spring Warrior's going forward and Filatimo's up there as well. Prince Key no pace, he's last of all. Bell Ball is third from last and Spring Warrior goes to the lead. Spring Warrior settling in front from Natras Lane. Covert Cove over racing in third. Thunder Down Under on the inside. A length Loricolo, fifth outside Filatimo. Classic Benbara's over on the rail. 2 lengths further back Tina's Way. Aussie's Lad and a length further back in the field, running on, followed by Moxie Bastion. Past the 800 metres, Prince Key's taken to the outside and Bell Ball's now last of all. Spring Warrior led Natras Lane up up the side. Thunder Down Under third behind them, followed by Covert Cove. Laura Colo's never been on the track. Filatimo is next. Then Classic Benbara, Aussie's Lad, and further back is Tina's Way as they came to the corner. And then Prince Key making a little bit of ground up towards the turn at the 400 metres. Spring Warrior the inside and Natras Lane. Thunder Down Under sweating on a run behind them, followed then by now into the clear Classic Benbara, and then Covert Cove. Filatimo's battling at the 200 now, and Spring Warrior by 2. Here's Thunder Down Under in the clear, and Classic Benbara is winding up on the outside. Classic Benbara and Thunder Down Under from Spring Warrior. Thunder Down Under by a neck to Classic Benbara. They're coming to the line together. Classic Benbara, Thunder Down Under. Classic Benbara and nose Thunder Down Under, I'd say, right on the wire. 3 lengths away third, either Aussie's Lad or Spring Warrior down on the fence. Next, Natras Lane between them, and then making ground was Running On. Further back in the field, the finish was Covert Cove. Bell Bull passed a few. Filatimo struggled, and then Prince Key. Moxie Bastion, well back as Tina's Way, and back last to finish Laura Colo. Yep, it'll get it. Classic Benbara on the outside. Number 1's got it. Classic Benbara, Adrian Patterson. Judge needed the photo, but he's got the prize, number 1, in the last couple of strides. The 3-year-old by Fra, trained by Tony Rossellini, grabbing Thunder Down Under, who'd had the perfect run under Kieran McAvoy. But Classic Benbara proved a shade too strong in the last little bit of the race. And third, 5 has got it on the inside, Spring Warrior, just in advance of Aussie's Lad. So 1, 7 and 5 the numbers. 1, 7 and 5.
Right, Greg, thank you. Tony Rossellini's horses are flying at the moment. Classic Benbara, 7.
60 and 220. Favourite is Veteran number 1, 340, 160. And the second pick is number 4 at $5 and 190. Ram Raid. And we've got about 3 to move in here. Previous going to Chrysler Mirage, number 3, a double for Darren Beatman. Beat 1, Agincourt Express, 7, Lalindiana and 5. So Darren has ridden a double. Sherwood and Chrysler Mirage. Larry Cassidy a double. Thornton Participate. We had our Archie's Girl Brian York, and Court of Dawn Huey Bowman. Now here is Veteran moving forward to a wideish alley. Veteran 1 from the outside, and Ram Raid has the extreme outside gate. This is 1,100 metres, the second last of the day, main sprint race. The Cabra Vale Diggers Club Staff of the Month handicap. And they're all in, ready to go. Off this time, Veteran and Ram Raid jump nicely from outside alleys. Prince of Sports and Newington Style not far away with 4 granted. Smites is Trish on the inside, and then Jubilee Song. A couple of lengths to Foolish Things around Intermania, 2 to Bell Quattro, and the Great Raffler last. Prince of Sports at the 800 is the leader, a half length on Veteran. A couple of lengths away in the third position is Smites is Trish over on the inside. 4 granted is next, and then Newington Style, a length the Ram Raid, a bit more than a length the Jubilee Song, and then comes Foolish Things, followed by Intermania. Second last is Raffler, and Bell Quattro is the tail ender down to the home corner. Prince of Sports just in front from Veteran. 4 granted, third from Smites is Trish, and then comes Newington Style and Ram Raid on the outside, being tracked by Foolish Things as they straighten up now. Jubilee Song over on the inside is starting to get a spurt on. They race to the 200, and here Ram Raid hits the front. Jubilee Song is giving chase, however, and between them Veteran, the fancied candidates. Jubilee Song hits the front. The baldy-faced Jubilee Song is racing away. Jubilee Song from Ram Raid and Veteran, then Intermania, Prince of Sports, Bell Quattro. Made up many lengths. Followed home by Raffler, Newington Style, Smites is Trish, Foolish Things, and 4 granted, last to complete the course. And Jubilee Song perfectly ridden by Larry Cassidy to notch up 3 for the day for Larry. And in doing so has paid 5.30 and 2.10, and putting lie to his first run back at Rose Hill when 12th in a field of 14. And you've always got to forgive a good horse one ordinary run, and that was clearly evident today. Number 3, Jubilee Song by Mukadam from Twig Air, trained by John Hawkes, for Miss M.F. Crawley and Miss C.E. Backhouse, Chestnut Gelding, a 4-year-old. That's 3 winners to John Hawkes today, and 3 winners to Larry Cassidy, Thorns and Participate being the other pair. 3-4-1, number 4 is second. That is Ram Raid, Brian York. For Gay Waterhouse, $1 at 80 cents. Number 1, veteran third, Rod Quinn for John Hawkes, $1.60. Waiting on the 4th, it goes to number 10, Intermania. The Quinella here in New South Wales, $14, exacta $22.70, trifecta $62.70, the 3 and 3 double, daily double $25.10, and if you've struck the first 4, 3, 4, 1 and 10, $1,765.10. He's a nice horse, this fella. 10 starts, 4 wins a second and 3 thirds, and he'll pay to continue on for sure and certain. Okay, well done to Jubilee Song. I couldn't offer an excuse for the beaten division as we confirm those toe divvies.
Righto, Ian, thank you. And this thoroughbred version of Paleface Adios.
14 with 58. And as the day has continued to unfold, there's no doubt that you do need to be somewhere near the fence and certainly somewhere near the pace. The only horse we've seen come from anywhere near back in the field was in the 2-year-old won by Bust Up. Everything else has been right near the speed. Here's Captivator on screen there, very much on his toe. He looked at picture. His wins earlier in this preparation were very good. Here at Caulfield, where he's won 2 from 4. Dylan in the cerise colours. Here's Lungano about to come in. Lungano about to join them in the gates with Pleasant Mick. Dylan should appreciate the firmer surface here today. I don't think he handled that heavy ground at Flemington last time out. Now Pleasant Mick is coming up into the line. Thong and Pushbike standing up well. Here's another one that has to come into the mix somewhere or another. Ran a great race at Gosford, and then his last start was disappointing, but it was a fairly biased track. He did run last for the same token. Carponic out behind the line. Interesting runner here is Gwaliya Girl, and at longer odds there has been a nibble for her as well. The wet track is obviously the query, but she was very fit and on her toes. She's obviously a stirry kind of mare, presented in the mounting yard with a big blindfold on, like a large pacifier, which kept her comfortable in the yard, and she was taken to the start by the clerk of the course, and she's been on good behaviour in the stalls. We need just 2 to move in, Matt Star and Carponic. Matt Star moves in, last start winner. And now Carponic coming up to complete the line. They're all in, they're set and racing. Allsand nearly fell at the start, went right down on his nose. And first out is Nutcracker, Blazing Sun, and Dylan. Away quickly is Lungano as they settle down now. Passing the 1200 metres, Dylan finds the lead. Lungano is second. Blazing Sun with Allsand recovering quickly, hunting through on the inside. Matt Star deep out on the pace. Nutcracker just off them with the rail. Captivator's got across. He looks to be about 1 horse off the rail at this point. He's in a good position. Back behind those then is Go On Spending and Marduk, and then came Big Mac, a length and a half. Thong and Pushbike, Gwaliya Girl, and then came Pleasant Mick, 4 or 5 lengths away. Saratoga Sam, Carponic, and Blue Turns to Grey. Lungano in front. On the inside of him with the rails is Dylan, 2 lengths to Matt Star. Allsand, Captivator's 5th on the outside. 3 lengths away, Blazing Sun, Big Mac, and then Nutcracker on the rails as they neared the corner from Marduk. Go On Spending, Gwaliya Girl, Thong and Pushbike, Pleasant Mick as well back as they corner into the straight. Dylan with Lungano. Captivators right behind them, clear then of Matt Star, and then Big Mac as they got to the 200. Lungano hit the lead. Captivators coming at him with his big weight on the outside, and Big Mac running on fairly well, and then Marduk. It's Captivator taking the lead now with 100 to go. He drew a neck in front of Lungano. Nutcracker's rattling through along the rail. Captivator grabbed by Nutcracker. Nutcracker along the fence beat Captivator. Lungano 3rd, and close up Thong and Pushbike. Saratoga Sam made ground, and then Pleasant Mick and Marduk trailed by Carponic. Big Mac, Allsand, who blew the start, and next in was Dylan, followed by Matt Star, and further back in the field is behind these Go On Spending, then Blue Turns to Grey, Blazing Sun, and the West Australian mare Gwaliya Girl at the tail of the field. 16 is the winner, Nutcracker, coming right through along the rails, ridden by Reese McLeod, trained by Graham Rogerson, stepping out of it the Sunday grade, which he's been very competitive at, and he's got through on the rails to beat Captivator. It's been a terrific effort. The second horse, he's conceded, well, a 2 kilo claim for Reese McLeod, 51.5 for Nutcracker, 6.5 kilos difference, telling factor in the last 100 metres. Terrific effort from Captivator in second place, and third, number 5, Lungano, 16, 1 and 5. Fourth was Saratoga Sam. It's come from well back in a fast run race. And fifth was Thong and Pushbike, 16, 1 and 5 the numbers. Not too many make that progression from Sunday class to win in a strong Saturday race, but this fellow has, and he's done it by coming through along the rails. It's certainly been a big advantage. Captivator, well, Danny's done a great job to get him across. He was 2 or 3 away from the rails. He's just ended up in the straight there in the slightly inferior part of the track, I believe, and Nutcracker's been able to rail through and beat him with the better part of the track.
$20, $1.80, and a clear-cut favourite, and has been well tried in the ring. Looking for 4 on the trot, Dam, and if Rod Quinn can boot her home, it'll be his 100th New South Wales winner for the season. Right, Les, as our radio audience now joins us, 11 Dam, 320, 180. The second pick on Tab Limited would be, well, let's work from the top 9, 50, number 2, Crown Duo. Then go right down to 9, 10 for number 13, and that is Life Goes On. Jimmy Cassidy riding Fuego Bravo here. Nice to see Jim back in action. Now, Ken Court, Racing Rhythm, Sea Jester, and Power of Pegasus to move up. The race is over the 1,600 metres. Of the day, 1,600 the journey, and they're off. And the favourite Dam jumped away beautifully. Crown Duo's in hot pursuit, and likewise Better Still. And here comes on the outside Sea Jester looking for the lead and getting there. Not far away as Masonry, then Power of Pegasus, Fuego Bravo. Further away in the field as Life Goes On, Count Scenario, followed by Spycept, Hunterway and Maker, King of Atlantis, Bracing Rhythm, and 2 lengths to Ken Court. They work their way to the back, and Better Still assumes control from Sea Jester. Dam settles in nicely, 2 lengths away next from Power of Pegasus, Crown Duo. A length further back is Masonry, followed by Fuego Bravo, Hunter Winemaker. Then Count Scenario, who's about a horse off the fence from Spycept. Life Goes On, Bracing Rhythm, King of Atlantis the inside, and 3 lengths to Ken Court. Down to the 800 and halfway marker, and Better Still leads the way from Sea Jester. 2 lengths to Dharma, half the outer is Power of Pegasus, 2.5 to Crown Duo inside Masonry. A couple of lengths further back, Hunter Winemaker, then Fuego Bravo, followed a length further away, Count Scenario. Life Goes On, Bracing Rhythm starting to make ground. Further off is Spycept, nearer to the inside. A length and a half to King of Atlantis, and Ken Court is still last as they race to the corner. And Better Still's got a handy break and swings about 3 lengths Sea Jester. And then comes Power of Pegasus, Dam, Crown Duo, Masonry, and Fuego Bravo from Count Scenario. They race to the 200. Better Still is the leader. A length Sea Jester. Dam is now in hot pursuit of this leader. Masonry and Power of Pegasus. Rod Quinn hits the front on Dam. Power of Pegasus after Dam. 2 lengths. Dam beat Power of Pegasus. Masonry in a photo for third with Better Still. Sea Jester, Life Goes On, and then Count Scenario. Ken Court and Crown Duo, King of Atlantis, Fuego Bravo, Spycept, Hunter Winemaker and Bracing Rhythm. The run was short-lived and finished at the tail of the field. And the favourite wins the last, Dam. And Rod Quinn takes out his 100th New South Wales win for the season. Congratulations to Rodney. Great performance. 11 Dam, 4 on the trot for her now, following 3 wins on the inside grass at Randwick, and here on a home track, perfectly ridden. That's a double to the Mook Dams, because Jubilee Song by that sire won race 7, and Dam number 11 has paid $3.20 a win. And on the place, $1.70, 6 second, Power of Pegasus, B York, $3.80, and 14 third, Masonry, Darren Beedman, $2.70. The winner, a great credit to her trainer, Stephen Engelbrecht, raced by the Farmore Pastoral Company, the Morrison family's Farmore Pastoral Company, and has clocked 1:37.23. It's 11:6.14. Gee, she's flying at the moment, and with the strength of that win behind her, it will probably now be the intention of the connections to take her to Coffs Harbour for the upcoming Coffs Harbour Cup, and that'll be the first Coffs Cup for a couple of years. Of course, the track has been remodelled and redone, and everybody's looking forward to the return of racing there at that beautiful part of the world.
Thanks, Ian. Great calling today at Warwick Farm, and there is on the right Steve Engelbrecht's charming daughter, not looking half pleased. God bless you.
If you can get close to the rail. So it'll be Mark's job to do that. They're nearly ready. No Feelings coming up. Nearly right to go. Made in Monaco will be the last along. Now here's Made in Monaco coming up now. Made in Monaco joins them. So they're all in now. They're ready to run for the last on the card. All clears through and they're off. And Made in Monaco a little slow. The favourite Stutter jumped away quickly. Fellowship and Lazophony are the first two to bound out. However, they lead Rose of Georgia, Hula Wonder. Flaming L just behind them, and Stutter's going on the outside, travelling about 3 wide at the moment. Then No Feelings, Rustic Cell, a break of about 3 lengths to Oregon Seal, Belincha, and they're followed by Rainbow Lover and Made in Monaco. Lazophony at the 1,000 led narrowly. Getting into second placing, one away from the rail on the outside now is the favourite Stutter. Fellowship eased back to be 2 lengths away in third placing. Flaming L its outside and Hula Wonder on the rails 5th. 2 lengths Rose of Georgia and then Rustic Cell, followed by No Feelings. A break of at least 3 lengths then to Oregon Seal, Belincha, Rainbow Lover and Made in Monaco on the inside last of all. Lazophony at the 600, led by half to 3/4 Stutter. 2 Flaming L, followed by Fellowship, and on the rails then Hula Wonder. Still 3 lengths away then to No Feelings, Rustic Cell and Rose of Georgia as they corner, and next is Oregon Seal. Lazophony against the fence, led from Stutter. Got away about a length in front round the home turn, and they're followed then by Fellowship, Flaming L and Hula Wonder on the inside. Lazophony the leader. Inside the 200, Stutter's under the whip. Hula Wonder running up behind them. It's Lazophony at the 100 by 2 lengths. Stutter can't get there at the moment. Lazophony holds her at bay, and then Hula Wonder and Lazophony all the way. Lazophony by a length and a half to Stutter and a neck to Hula Wonder. Oregon Seal made some nice ground, got into 4th, followed by Fellowship and then Rustic Cell, No Feelings, Flaming L and Made in Monaco. A long break in the field to Rose of Georgia, and then came Rainbow Lover, and last to go over the line was Belincha. Lazophony leading all the way, and it's a double for Adrian Patterson. Number 3, Lazophony, Adrian Patterson first. She jumped to the front, and she's had the use of a front-running bias to win her last 2, particularly finding the inside. It's been a great advantage to her in taking the race out. Second placing to Stutter and third to Hula Wonder. So it's 3, 2 and 1. The old reverse waltz step, 3, 2 and 1. Lazophony, Stutter and Hula Wonder. So it's Lazophony to win the last. Well, she's certainly back in her best form, winning 2 in a row now in the final event on the card. 3, 2 and 1. Stutter looked to have her chance, although possibly reverse the positions with the rail, and she might have given her a better race. But Lazophony's racing well. 3, 2, 1 in the last at Caulfield. Hope you managed to find a winner on what's been a great day of racing. The Sir John Monash, the main race, won by Regal Shot.
Right, Greg, thanks. And that was a winning double to young Adrian Patterson. He's been in good form. And the winner carried the colours of the Widden Stud. Orange with the purple cap. Lazophony, $7, $2.20, $1 Stutter, $2.10 Hula Wonder. Now we've got a protest on the last at Warwick Farm. Protest on the last at Warwick Farm. Second against first. 2 counts of alleged interference, home turn and concluding stages. Let's eavesdrop in the steward's room at the farm.
Knocked off balance completely. It's no doubt in my mind that he's changed the complexion of the race, because if he hadn't got out, I would have been able to skip away from him, and in no way in the world he would have beaten me.
Tell me, is Better still shifting off the fence and see Jester committed to its outside, have any bearing on that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, whether I don't think they move much at all. If they have, it's very marginal. I think Darren's finished up 3 wide and I finished up 4 wide.
Okay, what do you say now about the run to the finishing line? You assist with that ground?
Well, there was about a stride there where about 10 metres out we did come out and give me a bit of a brush. But,
you don't rely on that surely for progress?
No, it's the home turn bit that I'm worried about. As I said, that's changed the whole complexion of the race, because he's gone from not getting a run and with me being able to get a break on him to pushing me out the road. And then get up inside of me, whereas he shouldn't have been able to. I should have been able to get away a length on him, catch a break on him, and there's no way he would have beaten me. But that's not even taking into consideration the ground that it cost me by knocking my horse off balance and pushing me out.
All right, they are your grounds. Now we'll go to Rodney Quinn, who rode the first place horse, Darm. Rodney Quinn, any question of Ryan York?
No, sir.
You go ahead and make your statement, Brad.
Well, sir, yeah, that's why I was travelling behind Lanny Beasley's horse, improving into the race. I was always going to push for that run. Brian knew it, and he pushed back just as hard. We bumped only on one occasion, and then he come back on top of me. There was a little shift from the horses in front of me, which might have exaggerated a little bit. But he was going as well as I was at the time, and if he was going better than me, he would have been able to hold me there. As for the bit towards the finish, Brian shifted in on top of me there. I've just gone straight.
I don't think we need to trouble ourselves too much with the run of the finishing line, but Philly, did you make contact with Power Pegasus, and does the horse get unbalanced on the home turn?
He did look to get unbalanced a little bit, yes, but in saying that, Brian always had the horse dragged into my horse.
Ryan York, any questions of Rod Quinn?
Yes, Rodney, you say that I bumped into you, but wouldn't you agree that you finished up 3 wide and I finished up 4 wide, whereas to start with I was 3 wide, and aren't I entitled to hold my ground?
You're entitled to hold the ground, and I'm entitled to go for the run, which I did. I didn't say we didn't bump or you bumped me. I said you were continually trying to hold me there, which you were.
But wouldn't I be legally allowed to hold my ground, whereas if you come out, you can't barge into a horse and push it up the road, can you, legally?
I didn't barge into you. I come up inside you and started to shift out. I didn't barge into you. You've turned your horse sideways. That could have exaggerated how your horse reacted to the bump.
Yeah, but you're saying you came out, you've taken your horse sideways, but wouldn't you be...
No, I didn't say I took my horse sideways. I said I've come up inside you and shifted out to shift into the run. Okay, I didn't turn my horse sideways.
All right, well, I think ultimately it'll be the decision of the stewards to decide as to whether that movement is one that infringes the rules. Brian York, there's nothing more. Just Len Beasley on Sea Jester, I anticipated there may have been a suggestion of a shift from the inside. Were you taken out a bit, or did you shift out a bit on that turn, do you feel?
I was committed to the outside of better still, and might have come out slightly, but not much.
Not much, all right. There's no question of either rider of Len Beasley. You can drop into the room, Len Beasley. Right. Now we'll go to Mr. Martin. Any questions of any party, Mr. Martin? Statement from yourself.
I'll make a statement. At the turn, to me looking at the film, Jockey Quinn has pushed out and pushed my horse all the way to taking his running. My horse got off balance. He did get a half-length clear of me in the run to line, and I pegged him back to the long neck. If he doesn't push out, he's caught behind Sea Jester. He comes back on him, he doesn't get a run. He probably tragically beat him over in the race. But he pushed out and got out, probably cost me. I agree heartily.
Mr. Moragas, any question of any party or anything you wish to tender? No, thank you. And to Mr. Eaglebrett?
Sir, I'd like to suggest that I've never seen a horse balanced up with its head turned sideways anyway, so I would suggest the horse is off balance anyway. And I think the best horse won on the day.
And Mr. Morrison, any question of any party or any statement from yourself?
Well, I think on the turn,
well, that's one of the most interesting stewards' inquiries I think we've ever had live on a Sky race day, particularly the very